I will end the debate on Instarem Amaze versus Trust Card. You know, my previous video on the debate between Instarem Amaze and the YouTube card has gathered quite some traction, over 20,000 views. And the comment section was lit because people were supporting what cards they were using. And apparently, many people are really dissatisfied with Instarem Amaze because of the foreign currency exchange rates. In fact, the last time we talked about it being 1.5% to 2% FX spread, right? For reference, FX spread means foreign currency exchange spread, which is the margin that the bank or the FI would charge on top of the spot foreign currency rates that you will see in Google. And I kind of expected that outcome as a whole because I felt that people cannot see net benefits from a total picture. They will only see that Instarem Amaze is charging 2%. And you know what's worse? Now Instarem is charging at least a 2.5% FX spread. Now from my own records, it's around 2.5% above the Google spot FX rate, which means that if you are using an example of Singapore dollars to Japanese yen, if you are able to exchange 1 Singapore dollars to 100 Japanese yen on the Google spot rate, that means that with a 2.5% FX rate, you're only able to get 97.5 Japanese yen to 1 Singapore dollars because that 2.5 Japanese yen is the FX spread, which is the margin. And you know, I also got some data points from my community members who posted in my Telegram group at Honey Money SG. So if you want more data points or you want a good discussion on credit card strategies, you can join us at Honey Money SG Telegram. Now, full disclosure wise, I do earn referral benefits from both of them. Whether you are applying for Instarem Amaze or you're applying for Trust Card, you can use my referral link to get the sign up rewards. But now I'm sure many of you are familiar with Amaze card already because I have recommended them over so many occasions and so many videos. But let's do a quick rundown of the Amaze card benefits. So with the Amaze card, you can link up to 5 Mastercards. That means that any Mastercard that you can earn cashback or rewards or miles, and now you will just use your Instarem Amaze card, which is paired up to the Mastercard, because Instarem Amaze card, you are able to link to multiple cards and at the same time reduce the FX spread to around 2.5%, where the banks are already charging 3.25 to 3.5% in the market. So that is the cost of using Instarem Amaze, which is the 2.5% FX spread. The benefits wise, personally, I am using Citi Rewards paired up with Amaze, so that is 4 mile per dollar. And my personal mile valuation is 1.25 cents per mile, which you can refer to my miles valuation video on this corner, how I calculate 1.25 CPM. But you see, 4 miles per dollar, that would equal to 5% cashback. Now, the second benefit is that if you spend your Amaze card on foreign currency, you do get 1% Instapoints cashback, which means that all these Instapoints that you earn can be converted to cash in the Amaze wallet. Of course, it is capped at $500 spend transaction because that's the max that you can earn per transaction at 500 Instapoints. So if you look at the net benefits, I get an equivalent of 5% cashback on my Citi Rewards plus 1% Instapoints, less of the 2.5% FX spread, which is the cost. And this will come up to 3.5% net cashback, which is the benefit. Now remember why it's 5% cashback for Citi Rewards, because my cents per mile value is 1.25 cents, so I'll make it very clear. But there's definitely more benefit if you link it up with a higher rewards card. Like UOB Ladies, you get 6 mile per dollar, right? But that's only limited to ladies only. And there's even like 8% cashback Mastercards like Maybank FnF and Citi Cashback card. So you see that benefit is even larger. I'm already using a conservative estimate using my Citi Rewards Mastercard. But the thing about Amaze is that if you want to do an overseas cash withdrawal, you could, but you have to pay an additional fee of 2%. So that is not optimal if you want to use Amaze to do cash withdrawals. So now here comes the showdown, right? How does Trust compare to Amaze? I'll really explain the details of Trust after a word from the sponsor. This may be the best April in the past few years because not only we have 2 public holidays in Singapore, but also you can win up to $500 by just depositing $1. Because this crazy company called Weibo decided to continue throwing away free money since they have extended their sign-up promotion till the end of April. How it works is that when you deposit any amount and hold that cash deposit for at least 30 days, you'll be entitled to 5 lucky spins, and each lucky spins will grant you from $10 to $100 of stocks from companies like Tesla, Apple, Microsoft or Google. And of course, there are no other complicated requirements like buying some number of trades, buying some mutual funds, all that complicated stuff. And it's really simple. So for those who have not taken action, this may be your final chance. So sign up for a Webull account using the referral link down below or scan the QR code right here to get your Webull account today. Coming back to Trust Card, I only used it once just to test out the exchange rate. In fact, I think the spread was around 0.2% because I was paying for a US dollars transaction. And you see that 0.2% I think is much lower than any other banks or financial institutions in Singapore because most of them charge at least 0.3%. So I would say that Trust Card, I agree, they have the best exchange rates, very close to spot rate already. And the good thing about Trust Card is that similar to Amaze, there is no top up required because Trust could add like a debit card or a credit card. So if you switch it over to a credit card function, you don't need to have any balance, you don't need to top up any amounts into Trust Card. You just have to pay back to the Trust Bank account after your statement has been generated. So at the same time, because Trust is not an e-wallet, therefore there will be no top-up benefits of any kind. Even so, almost all the credit cards do not award any kind of e-wallet cashback or rewards for such prepaid wallet top-ups anymore. Now, special feature of Trust Card is that you can get up to 21% cashback or rebate as a NTUC Union member if you spend at least $350 of non-fair price group spends, but the details are too complicated, which I will not go through here. So you see, your net benefit is only a cost, right, which is a 0.2% FX spread. Okay, that is the difference between the Google spot rate and what Trust Bank is charging you. And for any potential benefit, it's gonna come from your fair price group spend because only those spend within the fair price group will get their rebates, their cashback and all that stuff. So it becomes quite complicated. Therefore, I will just neglect it and count it as 0 for now. Bottom line is, if you use Trust Card, you are just foregoing any kind of credit card rewards or cashback schemes and at a net cost of 0.2% FX spread. Well, the good news for Trust Card is that if you want to do a cash withdrawal overseas, then at least you will be glad to know that Trust does not charge any ATM withdrawal fees for overseas. So you could top up your Trust Bank account and then at overseas ATM, switch it over to a debit card. Okay, and you can withdraw at no fees and get your foreign currency overseas. However, a big point to note is that although Trust do not charge you an ATM withdrawal fee, the foreign bank itself may charge you a withdrawal fee. For example, in Thailand, you have to pay like 200 over Thai baht just to withdraw cash. So let's come back to the debate, right? I'll talk about it in a third dimension perspective because humans, we are third dimension beings, right? We can see third dimension, which is what relatively sane people could observe. And here is the thing. You have a net cashback of 3.5% from Instarem Amaze. That is good, right? 3.5%. But you see, your Trust Card is giving you net negative 0.2% because of the FX spread. 3.5% minus 0.2%. I think even a kindergarten kid could tell the difference, right? Which one is better? Of course, we will have to choose the higher percentage one, which is Instarem Amaze. But that is just third dimension debate. Let's move one dimension higher, okay? Fourth dimension debate. Maybe some of you will say that Trust Card is better because you can now withdraw cash overseas and pay your overseas retailers, merchants and all that stuff. Instarem Amaze charge you 2%. That is a scam. Firstly, that is not a scam. That is just what Instagram is charging you. You can accept it, you can don't accept it. That's your problem. Secondly, if I really want to withdraw cash, I don't need to use Trust Card, right? I could use Revolut. Revolut grants you up to $350 of Singapore dollars equivalent for free withdrawals overseas every month. Now that is also excluding the ATM fees, so that is already comparable to Trust. So you see, Trust has no competitive advantage in this because Revolut has already allowed this like many years ago when I got my first Revolut card. So now cash withdrawals cannot compare. Credit card rewards cannot even compare, right? Because Trust Card cannot even be linked to a credit card to earn rewards. That is the competitive advantage of Instarem Amaze, which no other financial institutions are offering as of the current Singapore market. Now, because it's fourth dimension, I also want to talk about the thing on cash withdrawals. The last thing I want to do on the holiday is to go and find an ATM in an unfamiliar location. Because here are the following reasons. You have safety and security reasons because overseas, they are not as safe as Singapore. Second, you have reliability issues. I'm sure if you go to Malaysia, sometimes their ATM, they put this word called rosak, right? Which means damaged or cannot be used. And then how about some hackers tamper with the ATM buttons, okay, and copy your PIN and ATM card number. And the most important thing, unknown bank charges. You will not know of Thailand having bank withdrawal charges if I didn't tell you, right? So a little less favorable exchange rates, even if you do in local money changes, it's not a life-changing amount. That small cost is okay. It's much better that you have enough cash before you even reach your holiday destination, and then you need to worry about all these overseas cash withdrawal. Of course, if you're talking about emergency cash withdrawals, then at least you can have the Revolut or Trust card for it. But if you want to use it as a main argument point, I don't think that is valid. And the fact is that more and more retailers overseas are actually adopting the cashless payment methods, even far superior than Singapore. Like in Malaysia, their e-wallet Touch and Go is so much more acceptable to a lot of merchants compared to Singapore. So as much as possible, we try to go with the cashless option, which is credit card, and in this case, we could use the Instarem Amaze link with any of the Mastercards. Which brings me to the point of which are the best credit cards that you should use for the year of 2023, and I'll cover those in full review details right here in this video.